Now we are about to release our sixth release, which is an EP called Weathered and Torn. As far as our inspiration, we are actually a band of survivors, be it addiction, abuse, something. We've all had our issues. We've all had our struggles. I'm an addiction survivor, and I almost died 25 years ago in the hospital because of it. And so we actually write about sort of our survival stories, and very hope-filled, very inspired. We want to bring hope, inspiration, strength, everything to the listener, but still basically pound them over the head with the music. So we're saying, look, we're going to beat you to death with the music, but lyrically, we're trying to put a very good vibe and a very inspirational and uplifting message out there.
So Weathered and Torn gets released in a few weeks' time. How excited are you about this release?
Very excited. We've worked really hard in a short period of time, a little more so than we're used to doing. When we got off the Yngwie Malmsteen tour just like last Christmas, just recently, Gordon and I and the guys instantly were pounding our fist. Okay, what's next? What are we going to do next? We got to stay current. We got to keep rolling when we're building this. We don't want to have any dead spots. So we were going to do our full-length record at that time, but some songs that were already kind of demoed out and whatnot. But we kind of took a time out and we sort of adjusted our direction of our output just a little bit because of the way we're feeling currently and the times we're in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And I think the title kind of speaks for itself, Weathered and Torn. I think all of us kind of feel that way. And it's a pretty organic yet clever, album title and also song on the EP. But that's how we feel. And we wanted to come out with a heavier approach. And we all have that in our background anyway. I mean, but as our songs matured, as Gordon said, we put out a lot of heartfelt, deep metal songs. And, if you pay attention, it'll really blow you away. But, we wanted to really come out and kind of pound it over the head, so to speak, and really show our true feelings and our aggression, to share that everybody holds right now. So, it's an exciting time for us to put this out, to show a different side of us that people haven't seen before. I'm sure when a lot of people hear this, they're going to go, wow, that's Images of Eden? Yeah, I can tell, but wow, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see how that all works. But I'm really proud of it. I know Gordon is, the guys are. All the guys did a tremendous job tracking their parts, writing their parts, and collaborating and putting it all together. I think it came out wonderful.
Brilliant. Well, I love it. It's fantastic. And hopefully there will be a full album within this year, or are you looking at next year now?
Well, we'll probably start, actually after the tour, we'll probably come home and take some time to kind of regroup and shake off everything that just happened. And then, the writing just always continues. So we're always moving forward towards the next release. So one thing about writing, you have to be kind of ahead of the game, because however long you think it takes to write and record and track and release and mix and all that stuff, double it and add about 20 or 30%. So you need to go get as ahead of the game as possible. But yeah, that is going to be the next goal. Who knows what's going to happen next year? But as we put feelers out there for hopefully some shows in Europe or something, we're just going to continue to plow through for the next album until it's ready. Mm-hmm. The good news is we've trimmed off a good amount of time for production, because Weathered and Torn was actually the first release that I mixed. I upgraded my studio equipment, mixed this EP, and I saved all of my settings. So we're already going to be up, kind of one or two up where we would have before. So as soon as we start tracking, I've got mixed templates ready to go, and it's not going to take us that long to get things ready to go. But to keep pounding it out, that's the goal, man. Just keep going and keep getting some good material out there.
Absolutely. So Malmsteen, did you manage to have much time with him? Was he much of a conversationalist, or?
I'm shaking my head.
I'll let you take that.
I'm sure he's a super nice guy. But when you're on tour with him, it's about him, and respectfully so. It's his tour. He's the man. We didn't get to speak to him much. We interacted with all of his guys and the tour manager, and great guys. At the end of the tour, we got to hook up with him, and he invited us to his dressing room and thanked us all and said we sound good, and was very appreciative and very nice, and so that was really nice. But it was a little, I'll be honest, it was a little bit frustrating on our part because, you know, we have high respect for those guys and him and through the years. And it was one of our idols. And, you know, we would have liked to interacted with him a little more through the tour, you know, but we didn't get to. But, you know, it was just.
I asked that because you're going out with Schenkler as well soon. So it might be the same. You might be lucky to get a few words, but you don't know.
Yes and no. I think it's kind of going to be polar opposite, really. I mean, they're all pretty good dudes over there, and they're you know, their schedules are pretty loose in that sense. I don't think they're going to be like, you know, not wanting to see us at all or see our face, but you know, that's just different personalities, you know, and that's okay, you know. But I think I met Michael a few times in the past, and super nice guy. I mean, will go out of his way to come over and shake your hand and speak to you, and you wouldn't get that on the other side, you know what I mean? But it's all great. I mean, there's a lot of different personalities in this business, and there's it's all good, you know. It's all about the music, and absolutely. Some people might want to call it arrogance and somewhat, but you know, it's them focusing on their craft and trying to block everything else around them out so they can deliver properly. And I get that, and I respect that, you know. But yeah, I wish we could have got to interact with Yngwie a little bit more because we have high respect for him. But we did get to, so that's great. So, but Michael Schenker, we're really looking forward to going out with those guys. I know they're all nice guys and very personable. Eric Martin is especially very personable guy. I think he just messaged our guitar player last night, you know, and so really cool, you know. And I see he's a jokester, and a few of us are too. So I know we're going to get along pretty well. Hopefully no jokes get played on me or anything like that, but you know, I don't want to be the recipient.
So how many dates are you actually playing with Michael Schenkler?
25 shows. Gordon, is that right?
Yeah, I think it's 25.
Yeah.
Wow. That's going to be amazing. And so you're going to hopefully get over to the UK then as Images of Eden or on a support package with someone?
Well, that would be the goal. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the ultimate goal, and I'll be honest with you, and it's funny you brought that up. Weathered and Torn released. It's an EP, you know. It's kind of a condensed version of our you know, kind of our showcase of what we're putting out right now. We're really hopes when we were writing this record that it would kind of unlock the gate for Europe for us, so we can come over and start playing. I really hope so. That's really one of our big goals in writing this record, to be honest with you. Is we want to come over there and because I think people will really like us, and I would really like to come over and play for them. But we're hoping that this music on this EP that we're putting out, everybody gets it, and hopefully we'll get an invitation.
Cool. I totally adore the EP, especially the album artwork as well. How important is it to you to have amazing eye-catching artwork, and obviously having it on vinyl is the best thing?
It's the artwork is just as important as the song, in my opinion. It's a package that everything works together. The song, the music, the lyrics, maybe the message of the song, the artwork. I think it all works together. And Gordon, wouldn't you say?
No, absolutely. And the artwork fits the message completely. And I mean, it did for Angel Born too. You know, we're not living in a nice world. And I think the last few years have told us all exactly what kind of world we're living in. And, you know, talking about inspiration earlier, I think the inspiration to every Images album has been overtly positive, meaning anything that we negatively go through, we go through trials and tribulations of life. But the writing is always like, not the negative, but how was I positively affected by the negative thing I went through? How was I strengthened? How was I stronger? Always looking for the positive and the bright light and everything. And this was really the first time where I said, you know what, there isn't really a bright light right now, and I'm pissed off. And it's okay to be pissed off, because literally, I mean, I know that, you know, I don't care what side you're on when it comes to COVID and whether, you know, what you believe. I'm not going to get into the belief system, but the one thing I think that we can all agree on is we were all affected by it. And you know, we were all affected regardless of what we believe. And it really ground my gears down to a nub, just because I'm thinking I didn't believe the narrative that we were being sold. And I was just fuming all the time. So what we're basically saying is it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to go through frustrations. It's okay to do all these things. But still, even all that, even when I tried to push through and it was just all this negativity was hitting me, I kind of pushed through that, and I did find the positive side. So when you read the lyrics to a song like Count to Zero, where you can see it's angry at first, but it's saying seize the day, get rid of this anger, change anything about your world because time is running out here. Survivor's guilt. I mean, we're talking about, we've all lost people. We've all been through so much, and I don't think there's anyone who hasn't lost somebody, and it's something that we can all relate to. And it's just, we've all been worn down to a nub, and now it's just like we're at our breaking point. But think, and when you can relate to something, it's almost like cathartic, and that's sort of what this is. It's angrier, and it's angrier by design, and but still,
it's organic. It's organic. Feeling is organic.
No matter how angry it gets, at the end, there is always going to be a positive outcome. And I will always push through no matter how negative something gets. We're going to get to that light at the end of the tunnel. And that's always what we're going to end on. We're never going to end on a negative note. It's always about pushing through, getting to that great place at the end, man. So, I kind of rattled off.
Can you tell me then what's been the most memorable show you've ever played with Images of Eden?
Want to take that, or you want me to? I got it. I think it's probably answer.
Go ahead, Gordon. I can't.
We've had a couple of good ones, but on the last tour, we played Grand Junction, Colorado. It was great. We showed up on a Monday night. We thought, okay, here it is. It's a Monday night. You never know what you're going to get, and good venue, whatever. I'm outside getting my stuff ready to go, and come in, and it's like, okay, guys, it's time to go on. The place was packed. It was sardines. It was wall-to-wall people. It was Saturday night filled on a Monday night. And as soon as we started playing, the first song ended. And I mean, people just lost their minds and went freaking berserk. It was almost as if, they were waiting, decades for Zeppelin to reunite. And then they're coming to I couldn't believe it. We're looking at each other like, what is in the water up here? And I mean, they were freaking out. Every song they got louder and louder and rowdier and just more berserk. And it was just insane. I mean, it just, and as soon as I said, okay, guys, this is absolutely, you guys are maniacs. This is the best tour stop yet. And they were just freaking out, trying to jump up, trying to get over the railing.
Yeah. He just made it worse. He just fueled the fire. Yeah. He said that.
You get great responses, but that one was just so above and beyond any other tour stop. It was just crazy. Yeah. And I think we all got off stage that night thinking, what just happened?
It was fun.
Yeah. Was that pre-COVID or just?
No, that was last fall when we were on tour with Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yeah, it was last November.
Wow. Yeah. Sounds amazing. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so next one is a bit sort of standard, but which bands influenced you guys growing up and still influence you today even?
That's a wide open question, for probably both of us, because, my influences can go all the way back to the 70s when I'm in the back seat of my parents' car, listening to Neil Diamond, but I mean, as I got older, I was a huge Wasp fan, when I was really young, and I was a huge Queensryche fan. Just, of course, Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden and, all the kind of the mainstream things we all listened to as we were younger. I mean, those were all in my vocabulary, so to speak. I've listened to all that stuff. Every one of those people, and it goes on and on and on. I mean, Willie Nelson's even on the list. I mean, there's a lot of strange ones on there you wouldn't imagine, but I appreciate an artist for what they do and how they deliver. And when I watch somebody, I analyze, and I watch how they deliver and how they prepare and how they do their song and how they wrote it and whatnot. But yeah, those are some of my favorite bands. But with every one of those faves that I have, I analyze each one of them as I was younger, because it's almost like I had a plan. Someday I'm going to do this, and here I am. But that's how I built myself, is by watching and learning. All my faves.
Yeah, man. I grew up from day one. I remember when I was very, very young, anytime we would go visit my grandma, my uncle still lived with my grandma. He was significantly younger than my dad. He had a great record collection. I was like 3 or 4 years old. I was listening to Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Jethro Tull, Jimi Hendrix, Aerosmith, all that good stuff. And then obviously quickly got into metal right after that. Iron Maiden, Priest, but Fate's Warning, Queensryche. I was always big into progressive metal with vocals that were all over the place. And now it's funny because in the last 10 years or so, I really started to get more into modern metal, like Killswitch Engage, Tremonti, sort of the heavier low end chunk with more modern production. And I think that is kind of what shifted my gears a little bit as far as the writing style. The first 3 Images albums were just progressive metal, long songs needing Dramamine and stuff like that. But, ever since we reformed and then started writing for Soul Rise, now I'm writing on a 7-string. I dropped the low B to an A. I mean, so that's kind of my evolution. But weirdly enough, one of my favorite bands in the world right now is Greta Van Fleet. Really? Their singer, Josh. Right. It's a love them or hate them thing, but I saw them live, and the singer, Josh, is just an absolute maniac. He's just I don't know. He's one of those singers that probably never took a lesson in his life. He just opens up his mouth, and he's got a disgusting range that is just almost sarcastic. But yeah, I'm across the board, and
I think we all are.
Yeah,
so
but I mean,
sorry.
Oh, that was done.
That's another one that's going to be a bit across the board as well. Then, is there a song written by another musician or band that you wish you had written?
Are you hold on? Say again. Are you saying a song by another musician or band?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man,
you wish you'd written.
Wow. You know what? That's so weird because I don't think I have a specific one, but every once in a while I'll hear something and just be like, oh man, I know the feeling. I don't have a specific song. Do you, Steve?
I can't even answer that. I just say I can't even
I probably could come up with a compilation of songs if you give me a day or two.
Yeah. Right. Well, that question is from my Belgian friend. And this is another one, right? So, if you were a musical instrument, what would you be?
Oh man!
If to be a musical instrument, what I would be, right? Is that what you ask?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Didgeridoo.
Huh?
Is that what it said? Didgeridoo, man. It sounds like you're on a mountain in Switzerland.
I guess a guitar because I'm always used to getting played.
Yeah. Right.
I would like to be a singer though. I was going to be a singer, but I had to make up my mind when I was younger. Is it a singer or a drummer? Which one is it? Like, well, I guess it's
you made the right choice, man.
I'll play the most impossible instrument to try to get your parents to buy you an expensive drum set. I mean, I could have been a singer and just asked for a mic, but well.
You made the right choice, man. If I had to do it again, I would have played bass and just called it a day.
Well, I'm glad you didn't do that, by the way. Hey, Gordon is actually a guitar player. He's not a singer, by the way.
Right.
Not the drum track. He's singing because nobody else could do it. So
that's exactly what happened, Seb. I started off on guitar, and I started at 13. And when I was actually taking guitar lessons, my guitar teacher said, "You know what you should do? You should work on your voice because you never know." No, I'm going to stop you right there. Absolutely not. I don't want any parts of singing. I don't ever want to sing. That's never going to happen, ever. He said, well, I'm just saying, you never know. You might want to explore other options. Best advice I've ever gotten because I started learning bass, started learning drums, all that. And then we could never find a singer. I just started singing out of necessity. And then realized, well, I'm a little more valuable doing this than playing guitar. So that's kind of where I switched. But I never intended to ever become a singer. It was just off my radar completely.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Okay, then. So can you give me 4 words to describe Images of Eden?
Heavy, heartfelt,
inspirational, uplifting.
There's probably a few more words too.
Yeah. What was the last song you listened to?
Survivor's Guilt, the brand new one off the EP.
Right.
The last song I listened to at all?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I
Don't
think
say
it
ABBA.
was Stardust Chords by Greta Van Fleet. Trying to sing
Right.
along to that last night.
Excellent. So, my cats, honest to God. As soon as I start doing an interview, they start.
Put them on camera.
I'll go and get hang on.
We're cat lovers.
They
so
are
just free pass
scrappy.
them.
Hang on a minute. They are.
Absolutely.
This is the nightmare. This is Tabitha.
Uh-oh.
She's a
Right.
tiny little kitten, and she's an absolute nightmare, aren't you? Yeah, you. So yeah,
Oh, that's
right.
awesome.
Okay. Next question then. Who in your eyes is the ultimate metal god?
Peter Steele.
Rob Halford.
Right, brilliant answer. Brilliant answer. Okay. Can you tell us why we should check out your E EP?
We're heavier, we're faster, we're louder with a lot of tenacity, and we very relatable on this one.
Angry with a positive message, conveyed very uniquely, lyrically and musically.
Brilliant. Right, so now it's 5 questions, either or either. So the first one is vinyl or digital?
Oh,
Digital.
vinyl digital.
Okay.
I love both.
Yeah.
But vinyl's great. Digital is just very convenient.
Festival or small intimate gig?
Oh, festival.
Festival that we're yet to do.
Yeah.
We're coming out to do one.
Brilliant. And the next one, saint or sinner?
Saint.
Saint.
All right. Pizza or beer?
So,
Don't they go together?
Yeah.
Steve says the answer is yes.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Pizza.
All right. And the last one, right, really important. Who would you rather be stuck in a lift with? Joe Biden or Kermit the Frog?
Oh, well, that's an easy
Joe
one.
Biden or who?
Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the
Kermit.
Frog. My God. Absolutely.
All the way. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, I mean,
I like that.
no, I'll keep this clean
Yeah.
next.
Right, guys. I want to thank you so much for your time today. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers, and listeners?
I just encourage everybody to go out and check out the new EP. It's a new side of Images of Eden you've never heard or seen before. Our new video that goes along with it, Count to Zero. It all comes out September 16th on Friday, and I think you'll be blown away.
Brilliant.
Yep. And
Right.
I just wanted to say, man, want to thank you specifically. You have been you've been covering us and supporting us since Soul Rise, and we never forget our press people who help us out, man. You guys are why we get out there. You are our natural allies, man. I mean, we rely on you, and we thank you, and we value you because you're the ones that help us get our music out to the world so people know it's out there. So thank you, brother, for everything. And if anybody wants to check us out, imagesofeden.com. That will link you to everything. It's our one-stop shop. It takes you to all of our social media, our online store, links to Amazon, all of our videos, all of our news, everything. Go there. It'll take you anywhere you need. And just want to say, come and check us out on tour. We're going to be on tour with Michael Schenker and Eric Martin. We leave, actually, the tour starts September 27th.
Yep.
Again, imagesofeden.com. It's all the ticket links and everything you could need. So we definitely appreciate everything for it.
Thank you, Seb. We appreciate you very much, buddy. Thank you so much.
All right, man. No worries.